Speaker's Corner aboard the Villa Vie Odyssey, hosted by Kit Cassingham.
Good evening, audience. Welcome to Speaker's Corner.
Yay!
I have heard such good things about Dmytro's presentation. And there weren't enough people at the first one, and I'm bummed by how few there are tonight. So Jim, would you go out and round up people? Okay, thanks. Dmytro's going to review some environmental components of our ship, but he's especially focusing, if I understand correctly, on our wastewater systems so that we can treat everything more gently and not kill all those wonderful little bacteria that break down our waste. So with no further ramblings on my part, we'll welcome Dmytro
Baikovskyi.
Baikovskyi.
Oh, wow.
I got the B right.
That's correct. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity being on this stage. I'm happy to see all of you who honored me to come on this presentation. My name is Dmytro Baikovskyi. I'm an environmental officer now on board of the Odyssey. My background, I actually graduated, I have a master's degree in the engineering. I've been second engineer on board of the passenger ships. And then at one moment I made a decision to move to environmental. Not sure for how long I will be there, but I really like those environmental stuff. Let's say in my childhood I had a dream to build a wind turbine. And then once I was at the second year of the education, I've been at practice, and then at third year I missed my practice and I got a big time gap to just free time. So I did execute this my dream. I built a big power wind turbine, 7 meters high with a 3 meter diameter of the blades, 3 blades, permanent magnets of the neodymium and synchronous generator. It did run for pretty long, actually not so long. Later on it been destroyed by a rainstorm. Later on I started to do the solar panels. I did build a pretty big solar power station in Ukraine. I'm from Ukraine, and we have a nice green tariff there. So I did a pretty big investment also with the money of my family and my own, and we built a 90 kilowatt power station on the land of my grandfather, combined with the roofs and just on the land. So it does produce all the electricity directly to the grid without accumulating. And so it's the most efficient way of production. So no need the storage. So I'm pretty concerned on the environmental aspects, and that's why I'm here. So let's proceed to our presentation. So our ship is really concerned about saving the environment. We also do follow all the international regulations and local restrictions, and also we have a company safety management system which do provide a lot of frames what exactly we should do with the environmental aspects. We follow the MARPOL, those international CLIA, Cruise Lines International Association, and also local restrictions from the local ports, because as we're traveling a lot, I always make sure that we are in compliance with all the regulations, and especially local, because they can be unpredicted. Today we are going to go through a big number of aspects. You will see them very soon, and also in the end we will discuss about our wastewater system as well, how it was presented. So yeah, we do trying to protect the environment. We have the ship is using diesel oil as a fuel all the time. So many ships are using the heavy fuel, but this is just diesel oil. It do emit the minimum amount of sulfur to the atmosphere. So somebody could say they saw black smoke from the funnel, but be sure it's not that hazardous. It only can happen when startup of the engine or startup of the boiler or sudden change of the load. But our emissions are really low, so we are conserving really the air first of all. Then the ship energy system, how does it work? Unfortunately, we do not have on board solar panels or wind turbines, as I did do on the land. So we only have, we're burning the fossil fuels to produce the energy. We do have actually 8 engines in the engine room. Those 4 of them are to produce electricity, too big and too small, and we can combine them in the correct order in order to keep engine running in the most efficient load to reduce as much as possible specific fuel consumption. And 4 other engines we're using for propulsion. So they are going through reduction gear to the propeller shaft, and 2 shafts we do have with controllable pitch propeller. And that's why all the energy on board is produced from fuel, and we do have to save it, just to think about saving it a little bit, because it's also helping the environment and also it's cost effective. The rules are pretty similar as you have at home. Basically, when you run AC, you need to close the window. Exactly the same thing. Here, the air handling unit is the second biggest consumption on board after propulsion. So it takes the most of the energy, so it will be a really big benefit if we try to keep closed all the doors as much as possible, also balcony doors for the cabins, because otherwise hot air will enter the accommodation and air handling unit will be forced to cool it down and spend a lot of energy for this. Normal. So what else could we do? Of course, turn off the light because when nobody using. It's all just recommendations basically, but we're supposed to follow them, and because every piece of energy we consume corresponds to some amount of fuel. To produce 1 kilowatt of energy, we spend roughly 0.2 kilogram of diesel oil. So we measure fuel in the kilograms, but it can be turned to liters as well. So turn off the light, unplug the chargers after use. With charger, even me, I have kind of paranoia. Even when I'm at home, I always unplug the chargers when I'm out of home. Not only because of energy saving, just because of fire safety. Because we never know what's gonna happen inside the charger. So we do supposed to unplug the charger when nobody is nearby, nobody present, just for our safety. And then with the laundry, it's just a recommendation to run bigger load of laundry, because if we collect only a couple of clothes, we will run all the cycle, we'll use all this water, all the detergents and electricity and resource of the machine just for a couple of clothes. Normally I also instruct all the crew members to collect sufficient amount, and also it will help not to make laundry so often, just to save a person's time. We're supposed to use the resources as much as we need, just please try to avoid the wasting of it. That's it. And also, so that's just example that 5 kilowatts of energy can roughly feed one, let's say, apartment or one cabin for, let's say, 2 or 3 days. And those 5 kilowatt hours of energy is about 1 liter of fuel being consumed. Then also, in case if we find if we do see somewhere leakages, some water is dripping from the pipe or somewhere, it's really important to report, because every leakage creates big use of wastage of water and also accumulation of any types of billages. So it will be very beneficial if it's reported immediately, I mean just timely, and then our team will fix it. Then another option, just trying to reuse towels, but it's up to everyone. How often does he want to use? Apart of that, what all the crew members also saving energy, and we kind of asking residents for that. Also, we are doing it in a different ways as well, which are also have big impact on our consumption. First of all, of course, the team is optimizing the route for the ship. So we do search for more closer routes to cut the corners, but we do need to always see the balance, because we still need to be in compliance with the regulations outside of some protected special areas which is not allowed to discharge or pass through. And also we need to have enough time in the outside of territorial waters to make our discharges. So we are always looking forward to optimize this as much as possible to save fuel. Another, from other side, engine staff do also their job brilliantly with this. They try to minimize the amount of motors working, machinery working, try to run the engines in the optimum load, so to save the fuel. Another way, also I think mentioned before, hull cleaning. This is also being done as per some schedule, because hull cleaning also avoid transfer of these aquatic organisms, let's say, from one country to another. Some ports do have the requirement to make hull cleaning in advance before entering the port, but apart of that, it reduces the ship resistance throughout the water. So if the ship don't do the cleaning long time, so then to move with the same speed, it will require more fuel consumption, more revolutions of the engine and engine fuel pumps load. So actually that is even measured pretty easily. After cleaning, we can see that the ship is going the same speed with less consumption, less speed of the engine. So it is really beneficially. Regarding the toilets, please don't throw any foreign objects there, because as we are going to speak about this, our MBR system, which marine wastewater system. So it is of vacuum type. It is a marine system which is different from the land-based, and it is more fragile. It's more easy to clog, but however it ensures pretty low consumption of water, which is really beneficial as well. And also because of this vacuum, it is really good from the hygienic side. Maybe you did see some reels when the people put this liquid which is lighting with the UV, and they flush the toilet and they see there's some splash going around, droplets. So with our system it does not happen. Because of strong vacuum, all is going inside. So please don't, we suppose not to throw there anything except of toilet paper and human waste. Because even those hand towels made of the paper, they are more strong, and they do roll in the snowballs, and they tend to clog the piping system. And then plumber supposed to come, figure out, clean it up, and also it will be visible from whose cabin it did come. So yeah, the garbage. We do produce garbage on board our ship, and garbage is segregated as per different categories, as per MARPOL. They are category A is plastic. It can be plastic bottles, or also it can be hard plastic, which contains PVC. On our ship we don't burn any type of plastic. However, some ships do burn those light plastic without PVC. Category B is the food waste. So these all types of the food waste we collecting, it is category B. We do discharge it overboard through the food chute. You will see later on the slides. Category C is the domestic waste. This can be glass, cardboard, metal, scrap, it will be also domestic waste. Even broken woods will be domestic waste. However, for example, the empty pallet will be already operational waste, which is category F, operational waste. Then operational can be just waste of some human-made things, it will be F, but also it contains hazardous waste. Hazardous is all chemicals, those medical waste is hazardous. Some waste is contaminated with the human liquids from the medical, it also hazardous, and it is burned in the incinerator. Category D is used cooking oil. We do collect all the cooking oil after burning or after frying these deep fat fryers. We never drain them anywhere. We collect and we give it a shower, and it usually being recycled to the biodiesel. Even actually with the minimum of the filtration, you can use it in the diesel engine car. Once the car is more or less not very modern, with old style fuel pumps. Those big American cars of 1980 something, they really suits well for this. I know one person in the Miami, he is like a cowboy, he have a rancho there, and he did use this for a long time and was very happy. So also we have category I, which is electronic waste. We do collect it also in the boxes and then discharge to shore facility. It will contain all those like electronic lamps, electronic chips, all the electronic stuff. Then all the waste is coming to, well, normally you collect in your bin, but the housekeeper collecting it from your cabin and bring it to garbage room. And there he will segregate it manually, as per color coding, different bins. Also crew members do bring their garbage to garbage room and segregate it by themselves. Also we have special containers in the garbage room for the sharps, for those hazardous waste, which is sharps, used batteries, which is medical waste, and something else. If you're interested about batteries, you can give your used batteries at the reception. So they do have this facility box, and then they bring it down. And also I did arrange recently one more box for the crew members in the crew area. They asked me for that. Those are just pictures from our garbage room, but they passed through this AI filter and made them like cartoon. Still made by previous environmental, maybe you saw them already. So we do have which machinery we have in the garbage room, which helps us in our operations. First of all, compacting machines. So we have environmental operators there. They do arrange the garbage which crew members did bring to garbage room. So some of the items they do compact and arrange on pallets and prepare for the offload. And I do request this offload with the vendor, with the ship agent, and make it happen. So compacting machine, they compact all the stuff, put on the pallet, prepare for offload. Shredding machine, this is for cardboard. So cardboard is being shredded to small pieces and then collected to bags, bring to incinerator, and is being incinerated. And then incinerator itself. Yeah, we have it on deck 1. We burn there also medical waste and mostly cardboard. We do not certify to burn plastic. Plastic is compacted and sent to shore facility. Glass crusher. Those machines help to significantly reduce the volume of those glass bottles. So once the bottles they take a lot of space, once crushed, a lot of bottles can be compacted into small volume. Then food chute. That is basically pipe in the bottom of the ship, which have the valves, special like knife clean kits, which close seal it. But when discharge is approved by the bridge is following the environmental plan, which I do prepare in advance. Everybody review in the voyage briefing, and then we sign, we approve it, and we follow it. So when the ship gives permission that we are in the correct direction, our ship speed is also appropriate, we can start the discharge. So my guys remove the seal, open the valves, discharge it overboard. Some ships do have shredders for this food waste. We don't have shredders, but it's okay for the marpole outside of special areas to discharge the food waste, not shredded. Then just small, let's say, like brief, so reduce, reuse, recycle. So with the production of the waste, first of all, I'm like, we're supposed to think, do we need to buy something which we're not going to use, or maybe to avoid. For example, I personally do follow kind of minimalism. If I bought something, for example, cheap thing, which I'm not going to use, but it will take my space, take my mind, my thoughts about it, to arrange where to hold, so I just feel like I did something wrong. I believe we need to think before to create some garbage. But anyway, once it's created, also once we bought it or we get something, we're supposed to think to reuse it if possible. Otherwise, we give it to garbage room. And why do all the garbage is being segregated? It is because of recycling. So garbage which is segregated properly can be easily recycled. Mixed up garbage can be only thrown to landfill. Most of the facilities around the world don't have those smart machines which will segregate every single piece. So most of the garbage is being recycled, and that is really good. From the glass we will get new bottles, from the cardboard we will get new cardboard boxes, we will not cut the trees for this purpose. Also aluminum bottles, the same, we will make new bottles. Then most of the garbage, if it's thrown to landfill, it will take up to 500 years to disintegrate. So that's why we're trying to recycle it. And there are some cases like this, actually they do exist, those islands of plastic in the ocean. I saw it on Discovery, I did not see my personal, but I know that those plastic being there, it creates friction between each other, also slowly degrading by molecules with this UV, with the atmosphere, and creates microplastic. And those microplastic, they're spreading around the water, and it's coming to inside of the fish, and even it can come to human body, when human will eat the fish. And then it cannot be detected with X-ray. It's just really dangerous for people. That's why all around the world people trying to reuse plastic or to use those destructible plastic which is degrading very fast. I believe already big job is done. I can see all around Europe those grocery stores using paper bags or recyclable bags. Then, recycling. Food waste, once we are eating somewhere the food, just we're supposed not to take too much, not to throw it around. So once we did not use this food, we eat as much as we need only. So next time the kitchen will produce a less amount, so we will save the food. It will be used properly. And then smoking areas, we have smoking areas in the ship. It's not allowed to smoke in the cabins. We also not allowed to throw garbage overboard. It's really not allowed. But however, if it did happen unintentionally by some case, it can happen. Then it's supposed to be reported to the reception. Then they will report to me, and all the operations with the garbage is being recorded in the garbage record book. That is official document as per the MARPOL. Same like we have oil record book with all the oil sludge transfers and bilge. So there is special place to put about the accidental discharges. So it can go there. Then, yeah. We have beautiful global harmony on board, which is really doing a good job. I'm pretty new on board, but I saw they do have those desks just here close in the deck 5, and I see a lot of brilliant initiatives being done. Planting trees, cleaning the beaches. A part of really a good thing, it also really giving brilliant example to other people, because that is the best lead by example, what I believe. Biosecurity, so we're not allowed to remove from the ship to new countries some bio things, plants, seeds, because not to spread those biodiversity. So all the plants and animals supposed to stay where they stay, otherwise they can get harm to the environment. Also, by the way, ballast water is being treated with the ballast system. So we are taking the ballast, then ship is certified for D2 standard with a special system, and it passes the water through very intensified UV light. So this UV light just kills all the organisms in those seawater, and then once it's being discharged, you don't have any fish, any organisms to start spreading. And also, if you're interested about how we produce fresh water, we produce when the ship is on the way in the clean areas, and we use reverse osmosis plant. How it works, it's basically the big strong pump is creating the pressure of clean seawater around 60 bar, and then it passing it just nearby of those membranes, nanomembranes. Not directly through as a filter, just nearby. And then the molecules of water which do not have salt ion, they pass into membrane and go to the effluent as fresh water. And those remaining water becoming the permeate, and then it's just discharged back to our board. So this way we do collect the water from the seawater, and with mostly reverse osmosis plant. Also, we do have evaporators on board which use waste heat from the engines, but mostly this water is used for the needs of the engine room, because it do produce pure distillate water. It's not really suitable for drinking. It can be used for drinking if you pass through mineralizer pretty properly, but evaporators are creating water for technical needs, for our boiler, for our any cooling of the engines. Then we have wastewater system. Those actually not reverse osmosis, but also do have membranes. It names this MBR system, marine membrane system. So the main principle is that bacteria is living inside of this bioreactor tank, and air is being pumped through this liquid. So all the black water, all the wastewaters, let's say grey water from the showers and drains, hand washes, and black water from the toilet, is coming there down, mixing up in the mixing tank, and coming to those biotank. There inside, air is passing through the liquid, and aerobic bacteria do live there. They consume oxygen from the air, and they eat the sewage and make it not hazardous, make it separate the most solid part from just clean water. So as the outcome of the system with additional systems, we will have two effluents. Let's say one is treated wastewater, is the transparent water without actual smell. It just looks like rainwater. And we do make analysis to make sure it is within the limits. And also it will be Another stream is like a mud. It's more sludgy, biosludge. So both of them we do discharge overboard where it's allowed, and both of them are not hazardous. So we're really saving the environment, saving the ocean. And it is extremely important not to drain any chemicals to our drains because exactly of these bacteria. So when they're living there, they have some work-life balance. Our parameters is good, but we cannot drain any chlorine, any acids, any oils, and of course paints and poisons to our drains because they really will affect the bacteria. For example, housekeeping, I know they're using chlorine for cleaning. They do use big volumes like buckets of chlorine, but they do neutralize it later on. So I gave them special powder which is sodium metabisulfite, and they neutralize it. It's working just immediately. Once they put scoop there, it's becoming chlorine level is going to 0, and then they can safely drain it to the drain. So please, if you bring some chemicals on board, just make sure it's not hazardous. Make sure there is no sign of like flame. If you see flame, it means it's flammable, and then probably it has some like flammable items. It will have something like oil-based items, so it cannot be there. Also, no any chlorine. That's really, really important. That's all from my side. Thank you for your attention, and we can come to a question section.
All right, we have microphone runners as usual. So,
Back here. I've got John.
yeah, and I'll have Brent. Go ahead, John.
Is this working? Yeah, okay, good. Thank you for your presentation. My question involves trash repositories around the ship. I go for lunch, pick up a banana. An hour later, I eat my banana and I've got a banana peel. And the only trash repositories I see say paper trash or glass trash. What do I do with food waste that I would like to segregate and place in the proper repository, but I can't find any?
Yeah. Actually, there's supposed to be those food waste bins as well. The set if you didn't find them, but I will double check to have them in the
Please do, because I honestly have been on the board for a year and I don't know where I would find one. So if the restaurant is still open, I would take it in there. But
John, what I do with my banana peels and apple cores is I collect them and take them to the bar, and they put it in a food bucket. Morning Light has a kitchen, and they put it in a food collector there. So that's what I do.
Yeah, can be a solution.
Peter hates it when you put food waste, so be sure to give it to him. Well, there you go.
Sure, I understand.
Yeah, also because just accumulation of the food waste around the ship is not really beneficial because it attracts the flies. So we have this IPM on board, pest management. But thank you for your question. I will think what we can do with it.
We have another question here.
Yeah.
A few days ago on Circle, there was a notice posted that the MBR system is restored and fully operational. Our MBR system is back in service, which was a big surprise to me because I'd never heard of anything about it being out of service. So, was it truly offline, and if so, why? I'm not sure why we never heard anything about problems, just that it was back in service.
To be honest, I just came on board not so far away. It was out of service for some period, but now we did restore it, and now it's working properly.
And would you repeat for the group what MBR stands for?
MBR is marine membrane system. So those biotank which contains the bacteria, they treating those sewage, and then it being let's say those more solid part is settling down, and those clean water part is just slowly passing through those special membranes. and then to go to the treated wastewater tank. So that's why membrane, because it's passing through membranes, and those nanomembranes are like also pretty expensive and everything. That's why its name is MBR system. It's like sewage treatment system, like it was before, conventional one, but it is upgraded with those membranes for the effluent. Yeah.
And you're saying that that was offline when you came on board? The MBR was offline when you came on board?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, even though when the system is not operational, it's everything is in compliance with the MARPOL. So then wastewater is collected, it is discharged where allowed, but those allowances are more far away from the nearest land. So the system gives you the opportunity to discharge, let's say, outside 4 miles from the land, but otherwise you need outside 12 miles. So we're still in the compliance with all regulations and also company regulations.
Okay, thanks. We have a question here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'd like to return to that question about where to throw away trash. May I suggest that in the business center, there's a third option, not just plastic, not just paper, but something for miscellaneous. Or food trash at the business center. I would think that would help me in where to throw things away.
Yeah. Okay, I will raise this in our meetings, so to try to implement.
I think you should just give it to Peter. He's not paying attention to me.
To me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do buy dish soap. I wash dishes out in my cabin because I have a cat and I have cat dishes and stuff. So any dish soap like that, is that okay?
Yeah, soap is okay, it's not hazardous. It does not contain chlorine, it doesn't contain acid,
Okay.
no poison, so it's okay.
So that also leads to, what about some food waste that you don't want to throw away in your trash can, in your cabin? Like if I eat in my cabin a lot just because I work too. So, I mean, it's not food I've taken from, it's just like food that I brought on board, you know, like potato chips or, you know, cookies or throw that stuff. Can any of that food waste or go in the toilet, or it not? It just all goes to the,
No,
even if it's wet or anything like that?
In any way it cannot go to the toilet. Just you're supposed to hand it over to your housekeeper, or you put in your garbage bin, and they will segregate in the garbage room. They will put those food waste in the food waste. For example, you put.
So they go. I didn't know the housekeeper. They go through it. The chemistry.
Yeah, they do segregate ourselves. Also, my guys help them.
Because I have like coffee grounds for my coffee pot, you know, and stuff. But I have been putting those into a bag.
Hold the bag to my.
Yeah, you could accumulate it in some bag, plastic bag, so it will be more easy for the person to segregate properly. In spite of if you mix it all together, of course, bin by bin, it will be very hard to segregate. Yeah, but exactly, you put in the garbage bag, or just point to your cabinet store, he will manage.
We have a question over here.
Yeah.
It's your, don't do that, please. We have to clean that now.
It's fine, it's fine.
Jakuya, and you have said that MARPOL several times.
Yeah.
That's just a string of letters to me. What does it actually stand for?
Yeah. MARPOL is Maritime Pollution Convention, which was firstly established in 1974, and then there was many amendments and additional circulars of it. And it do regulates garbage operations, segregates garbage to categories, and also pushes the ports to have the appropriate reception facilities to the garbage. Because, for example, if a port I mean, it do have to. Now it is a standard. They must have those abilities to take the garbage, so we can dispose it properly. Because before this convention, what happened on the ships, I heard a lot of stories. It was like a completely wild west. Everything people did throw on board. But now it's zero tolerance for any discharges on board, like inappropriate. Everything just as per the regulations, we follow, we record, and we don't want to get any fees, any fines, and don't want to pollute also the environment.
Excellent. It sounds like the equivalent of the SOLAS that we also have.
Yeah, so Safe of Life at Sea, that's also. That is exactly the equivalent maritime, another maritime convention.
You said earlier in regard to the oil from cooking,
Yeah.
can that be used for combustion for our engines?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's correct. I know personally there's people who do it. For example, if they have diesel oil expensive in their country, or they don't have money to buy it, or they don't want just to save a little bit, they do collect the used cooking oil, even just on the land, from those restaurants, from those fast food restaurants, especially something like McDonald's and other stuff, which fry a lot. They collect this oil all together, then they pass through even some basic filters, like mesh filters, like those fiber filter, to remove solid particles, and then some simple car without those common rail system with the electronics can easily use it for operation. It will run smoothly. Those conventional diesel engine car with the fuel pumps, and the smell from the exhaust will be exactly like pancakes.
But our ship does not use vegetable oil.
To be honest, we does not produce that much. Our production is not huge, so it will not impact the ship operation. But we do for giving it to recycle facility to recycle properly, and they do it.
Okay, we have a question here.
Yeah.
Getting back to at the beginning when you were talking about solar energy, that you have some experience with that. Now, if we had some solar panels, would that help something on that ship? Or, I mean, would it be easy to change things over, or is it the ship too old?
That's a good question. Actually, I know new ships does have some of the panels. I believe it's more of the fancy thing than actual big impact, because anyway solar panels, they do need the area, some square meters to put. So our ship sun deck is sun deck for our purposes. So we need some roofs, which will not be transparent roofs, to install those panels. So we cannot place a lot of them, but if we did find some space, it would work pretty well. Even don't need to build some really complicated electronic arrangement, because just normal land-based solar inverter will work well. Because what does it do? Is the solar inverter is synchronizing with the grid, with the land grid or with the ship grid, and just giving power to there. So it is not independent source of power. It is like assistant source. It will give you additional power. So for example, if the ship have certain consumption, if we do install some solar panels, with the amount they produce, this energy will go to the ship grid, will reduce will compensate partially the consumption, and make the engine use less fuel. So it could be really good opportunities if we do find some or agree with some area where to install those panels. It's a really good idea. I just support it. for me, with solar, I just love it. When it's running full power, producing a lot of energy, without any noise, without any impact to anyone, and it looks like just free energy. And it makes me happy, you know, to observe how my system is working.
All right, we have
Okay.
a question there.
My question may be environmental, or maybe maintenance, air quality on the ship, and our air circulation system, and I'm thinking in terms of my own cabin and the air conditioning vent, and I've heard other people request to have things cleaned out in a year and a half, the accumulation of muck in the air system. Does that fall within your range, or is that maintenance?
We have AC engineer who is in charge of air conditioning on board, and he's doing the maintenance. Yeah, we have like 5 compressors for the air condition. Also, we have compressors for our refrigeration system for cooling of the provisions. And those air handling units, which do prepare the air, suck it, passing through themselves, cooling down, remove the moisture, passing through those air filters, and then delivering back to the cabins and to all our areas, already cooled down, proper moisture prepared for our staying here. So yeah, they're working on it. If you have some issues, you are welcome to report to guest services. They will check it.
Kid, we have one here. We have a question here first.
All right, go for it.
A lot of us are trying to use our own water bottles and coffee mugs, etc. How would you recommend that we sanitize them?
That's a good question. Actually, just recently I did discuss it with sanitation officer. Not I discussed, he brought up those topics, and I was curious because I did not know. And he say we need to be careful with those bottles because they tend to be environment to spread for bacteria. So what he told me that we suppose, if you want to fill up those bottles from the ship, ship the fountains, it's supposed to be separate cup, and fill up with the cup one by one, something like that.
I think the issue is that we use I have this coffee mug here. I rinse it out, I wash it in my sink, but at least when I'm at home, I put it through the dishwasher. Probably at least every few days, and many of us have been on the ship for months, and our mugs have not been through a dishwasher. I like to sanitize things. I know that there is a dishwasher here, and the server took my mug and put it through the dishwasher a couple days ago, and that was mind-blowing for me. Might we possibly have a day, a time where everyone can bring their mugs and throw them all through, a whole load of
To be honest, I'm not sure about. I cannot give you very exactly answer on this because I'm not a sanitation officer. There are some requirements for this. We can ask him and deliver the answer to you personally for this question. In my opinion, it's supposed to be sanitized regularly, but not compulsory with a dishwasher. Even if you can sanitize properly by yourself as well, it's not something really dangerous. It's just mark. That's my opinion.
A question in regard to light bulbs on the ship. As we know, the ship is
Hold
quite
that
old.
to your mouth so people can hear you better.
I'm sorry.
No.
It's okay.
Okay. In regard to light bulbs here on the ship, as we know, the ship is quite old, and I suppose that most of the bulbs have been improved since that time. And I was wondering if the ship is being retrofitted with these more modern lights.
Lights for the light bulbs?
Light bulbs, yes.
New light bulbs.
Light bulbs.
Light.
Light bulbs. Yes. Okay. Bulbs. Yes. Exactly. That is also a very good thing. As far as I see, we have LED everywhere, and it do make significant saving for the energy consumption on the everyday basis. And just important that LEDs are of the proper those color temperature. Normally they are coming from 3000 kelvins up to 6000 kelvins. Something like 4300 or 4000 is the optimal color temperature, which mostly looks same as the sunlight, and this is the best for human eye. And as far as I see, those on board are really adjusted good. So we are happy with these LEDs. Any other question?
Any more questions?
We have one here.
All right.
I was out for a little bit, so this might have been addressed before, but I was going to ask about, we all know about fuel consumption, and we're worried about that. This might just be me, but it's freezing cold in here. It's always freezing cold in the business center. It's always freezing cold in morning light.
Yeah.
We need, how do we address that? You don't need to be using up all this fuel to make this stuff also cold.
That is a good actually suggestion from your side. I heard this question before. One of the answers was that there are some standards, and some people like more cold, some people like hotter, so they're trying to find some kind of balance. Another thing I heard, they do regulated manually sometimes. When nobody is here, the AC is being reduced to certain areas. Also, when some area is not using, they close the AC there. But maybe it happened that they did not do it for some occasion. But it's really good thing. Actually, I will bring it with our next environmental meeting with the management. It's a good point to just keep an eye on it.
I want to address that myself because I've been monitoring it. I got a calibrated thermometer that records in my office, and the business center is not freezing. So I guess it is you, because truly it is 71 degrees very constantly. And that's a pretty reasonable temperature, I think, in my opinion.
Randy, do you know if that's in your cubicle or what's it like out in the center?
There's a second thermometer that's on the wall in the back. It's a magnetic one that's attached. It's on somebody's office, sort of toward the middle, and you can go and look at it. It's in centigrade. Mine's in Fahrenheit, just because it's mine. I can set it what I want. But sometimes I'm cold too. I don't, I feel it, but I look at my thermometer and it's 72, so I know it's me because I'm just sitting there not working and not working my muscles. So it's definitely a reasonable temperature in there. I've been watching it very closely.
Question here.
On the topic of energy conservation, it seems like the stewards are all instructed to leave the light on in the bathroom whenever they clean the bathroom. I think maybe that's a signal to us that, hi, I've been here. But why? Does it make sense to change those instructions so that we don't lock into lights that are on unnecessarily?
You mean that they leave it always on, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. To be honest with you, after this, also especially after this retrofit with the LED, I can say that this light in the bathroom, it do not consume that much, a huge amount. So actually, it potentially can remain running. It will not be like huge impact. But
our bathroom lights are compact fluorescent.
which one?
Our bathroom light?
Is not LED?
No.
No. Yeah, then better to switch off.
Well, I've told my housekeeper to turn it off, and she does 90% of the time.
Okay, I will add this also to the energy efficiency meeting because I mean. What?
Can they change them from those to the LEDs?
This we need to check. I'm not sure.
Dry dock sort of
what is the plan? Maybe probably in the dry dock. Oh yeah.
I have a question here.
But anyway, it's not about very huge consumption. That's only bathroom light. Mostly when we say about switch off the light, like cabin light, some room light, which is really a bigger one. But yeah, even those bathroom light one is running 24/7, it have impact. So I will bring it to our meeting for the discussion.
This isn't so much a question as a comment, but no environmental standard that I am aware of would recommend a 72-degree temperature setting when you're in an environment which is 95 degrees outside. I think that if we were to adjust to reasonable environmental standards, we would find that there is substantial energy to be saved in air conditioning on board this ship.
Just don't change my cabin.
They have certain standards and they following them. Basically, if majority of residents are willing to change them, then some decisions supposed to be made. But AC engineer for sure he's able to set up temperature whichever we need, and but normally, as far as I know, somebody like colder, somebody like hotter. It's always kind of one like finding the middle.
Another question here?
No, actually, just a comment. You're absolutely right. You're never going to please all the people. Some people like it very cold. Some people are perfectly fine with it warmer. My point is, if you look around the room, you should be able to tell. If you're in the Neptune and 80% of the people have a sweater or a hood on, it means it's too cold. It's the same way in here. Most people won't even come in here without a sweater. It means it's too cold. It seems pretty simple.
Yeah. So you mean it's too cold or no? Freezing? Oh wow! So will you lift it up in your circle something? We will be happy to increase the set point, save a little bit of the energy.
And there's Shelley.
Because the crew is willing to please the residents, correct? Maybe we don't know what of your thoughts.
We're getting charged fuel surcharge and they're wasting fuel
Yeah.
on air conditioning.
Okay. I will pass that to our management.
Any more?
So questions from you for today. To raise temperature in some areas for AC. Then it was regarding those. Can you remember?
Have an extra station in the business center for other things, food and whatever.
Station for business center and the food.
Food waste disposal in the business center.
Okay, wait. Maybe we can write it down so I will not forget. I can only write
so
here.
Food waste in general, and who asked about the business center having some extra?
B.
Are you writing that?
Food disposal. No, in English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
so lower temperature.
Lower temperatures.
Higher temperature in this.
Oh no, I meant lower.
Higher temperatures.
Different temperatures.
Increased temperatures.
Increased temperatures. Yeah. And Robert.
Light bulbs. Change the light bulbs.
Light bulbs.
LED light.
Yeah, change
LED bulbs up there.
to LED. Yeah.
And Robert wanted. What did you wanted?
Well, a general question about waste disposal containers.
You wanted some like miscellaneous waste.
And then specifically in the business center, perhaps for food and then miscellaneous, in addition to the plastic and paper.
Specifically in the business centers,
Well,
for sure.
among
At
other
least, yeah.
places.
That's where he hangs out.
Okay.
Yes.
And now that when you get that, he's going to leave the ship for a while.
Okay.
It's Murphy's Law. Any other requests that Dmytro can take that?
Solar.
Oh, it's
It's-
solar.
Solar.
Solar panels.
Put solar panels on the roof. Oh, okay.
The lights in the bathrooms?
Yeah. Change to LED and bathroom.
About availability of night lights in the bathroom, that way the light can be turned off all the time.
I know I'm not a magician here, but I will raise this. Ask me everything you want. Maybe $1 million. I will make
I'll buy
it.
500 of them if I can find it, but I haven't been able to find any.
I'll talk to you about our night light.
Okay, good, thank you.
Yeah.
What? So night light?
So ours is a motion sensor. So when we walk in at night, we don't turn the light on, but a dim light pops on so that we don't get, so we're careful.
You want to put motion sensors in the cabin for the light?
We have a separate light that's about this big,
Yeah.
and it's magnetic and it hangs on the ceiling or a wall or something. And when it senses movement, it lights up. So we don't turn our bathroom light on very often. If we're just stepping in for a second.
Oh, okay, then it's good. Amazing.
It's good. Of course, it sometimes turns off at an inopportune time, but that's okay.
We charge it once a month.
Amazing.
Yeah, we charge it once a month.
So I hope I did answer all your questions and give you some update.
Thank you very much, Dmytro.
Thank you.
That was very helpful.